Okay, you already know what this is, right? We back with it. It's definitely on the lockout. We're here to tell a story. Rikers Island news, right? Officers at Rikers Island. For sure, this is the war report, facts, but we doing Rikers Island report. These officers decide that they want to go ahead, this guy right here, and they want to start selling bud. And it's lit, right? They transporting, boop, and they get knocked. Like always, it's only a matter of time before you get locked up. They'll let you rock a little bit. They'll let you do what you think you're doing, right? You think you're doing something special, and in reality, you're not. So these are things that people been doing already on the island for years, and they keep getting arrested. It's a sad situation because at the end of the day, nobody wins. I could imagine just like losing your job and what have you, and you was feeding your family that way. So it's crazy. It's definitely crazy, bro, when you lose your job for a few dollars. Because really, I look at it like, what would you really gaining off of that? Of course, you make a little bread for the meantime, but we all know that fast money don't always last like that. These are things that are gonna come and go. So 15 officers on the island get knocked for doing this stuff, right? They get caught up. They were investigating them for about a year, if I'm not mistaken. Leave in the comments if you know how long were they investigated for. If I'm not mistaken, it was approximately a year that they was being investigated for, right? For that situation there. But hey, they got knocked, and it's a sad, bro. But they had cell phones. Dudes was calling them up. Look, we always blow things up, man. And then we say somebody's snitching, right? Somebody's telling. One of these dudes is telling. No, we telling ourselves. This is a fact. We telling ourselves, right? So they making phone calls. They using the cell phones. I'm pretty sure they used regular phone. And what it says in the media, they saying that the guy was like, yo, I have the pink panties right here. Right next to me. So he's on he's on the other line, I guess, right? And the code that they had for officers was pink panties, and for the bud was, if I'm not mistaken, some football team or something like that, the Raiders or something like that. Yeah, I think the Raiders jersey or something like that. Like, yo, listen, I need 4 of them Raiders jerseys. How many times we've been using like, yo, I need 6 pair of socks. This is like public information. Everyone knows this. I need 6 pair of socks. Yo, you got the t-shirts. They break all that down, and what it does is it actually gives you a bigger charge for like coding things. I don't know. They decode it, and there's nothing to decode. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the term is that they want to use for it, because it's just self-explanatory. It's like super dumb, bro. Like, I don't know. Me personally, I just see it like there's nothing that you could really say that is gonna make them not know what you're talking about. Like, you're not talking about drugs, you're not talking about nothing illegal, right? So at the same time, Rikers Island has had a very big corruption for a lot of years. And I've always said on my show that uh Rikers Island, they say they want to close Rikers Island. It's gonna be closed by the year right 2026 or what have you. Listen, you could close the island or you want to close the island, right? What remains is the people remain the same. So you close the island, but you take those individuals and you place them to work in these other facilities. The way of thinking, the attitude, all that gets filtered down from these older, higher ranking correction officers to the new ones that's coming in. My suggestion, what I would do is, listen, I'm getting rid of everybody. Sorry to tell you, but this needs to change, like a complete turnaround. The only thing that's gonna change when they close Rikers Island, it's the location. And that's a fact. It's hilarious how they would call them pink panties and how they put it in the media, right? Like pink panties. It says a lot about the correction officer. Like, I wouldn't even let you say that to me if I was a correction officer, in a form of like you trying to hide something that you're talking about an officer. Like, bro, find something else, Poppy. You not calling me no pink panty. You should have called me the Pink Panther or something. But pink panties? That's crazy, man. But hey, look at the world we live in. So we also got this guy over here, just to let you know that this has been going on for years, and I'm pretty sure that you guys are familiar with it. Story with this dude, sexual cases, right? Uh Contraband cases. It's crazy, bro, the way it was going down, right? At the same time, you got the female officers that they don't stay behind. They catching crazy cases back to back on the island. And why is the island the way it is? It's sad to say, but you know what? The people that they given these jobs to, and it's sad that we have to sit here, and I have to sit here and say this, because we for the people, we love all people, but they putting our own people to babysit the people, right? And with this comes a lot of corruption. These people live in the projects with us. These people come from the hood with us. They just got lucky and took a test, and they call them a few years later, and they like, holy snap, bro. You wilding at this moment. You didn't know they was gonna call you. They call you, boom, you going to work. You still got the gangster with you. You still got a lot of things that you need to change because you ain't grow up yet, right? And then the women that they put in there, they get these jobs. It's like, come on, no disrespect to women as a whole, but if you're a man, I don't think I would want my girl working there. That'll be like a big no. That's not happening. Leave in the comments if you will let your wifey or your girlfriend work at Rikers Island, especially for those that have been to the island. If you've been to the island, I would like to hear your input on that. Would you let your girl work there? We would say yes, because if we get locked up and we still doing crime, I want her to be there so she can look out, right? But then again, you put in your peoples in harm's way, right? To get arrested and all types of things. But that is crazy. So check it out. First of all, bro, Rikers Island has always been a place where the devil is at all day. The devil's lurking there all day. The vibes, the tensions, it reeks like super high, right? And it has this big the story goes far, like people all over the world, like Rikers Island is wild, right? And I guess especially for the people that don't live in New York City, they see it like a major thing. For us that we're used to going to Rikers Island, it's like, I don't know if it's wild like that, right? Because we used to getting locked up, being on the island and all that. So, that part I get. Like for me, I never worried about going to the island. In fact, there was times that I found the island easier, as sad as it may be, than being in regular society. Because the hard thing is being out here, right? Being a man, working, taking care of your family. That's always been hard for Warpath. Today, I try to focus on what works, behavioral change. So I'm still a work in progress. Like, listen, hey, guys, I'm no angel. Believe that. But we on YouTube, right? And we try to do what's right in hopes that it'll help us become a better person, and we help other people. And that's cool. But remember the story, for those that know, that I told you guys about the CEO that he wanted guys to show them the matrushka. And he would hit them off with top, with all types of things. he got arrested. Like all these people, it's a matter of time. But I've seen some that made it through, and then they start telling too on each other. Like, it is what it is. That's just gonna happen. So don't think that if you're a CO, don't ever think that your crew, your gang is gonna hold you down, man. And just remember, guys, that jail is for everybody, man. Jail don't, they don't discriminate. The doors are open 24/7. But the question you always gotta ask yourself is, if you get locked up today, because it can happen to anybody, would you lock out or would you be sure? Because we know how it could be when you go there and you get locked up. It's wild in the island. Facts. So if it's your first time here, maybe this is a good time for you to consider subscribing, hitting like, or commenting. My name is Warpath. You're on the Lockout. Facts. So look, these stories are very touchy subjects, because now what's gonna happen? These people lose their job, the embarrassment, right? Don't you think that's like a big, major embarrassment that you gotta go to court now? And it's like you see other officers, although they wasn't in the same buildings, but they might run into, the office, they gotta bring you from the back, some of them, and they bring you they see the court officers, like they be knowing each other. And the other lady's like, oh snap, there she goes, she got her buttons blown. I knew it. You know what I mean? So the whole gossip thing is all over the place. I don't know, man. I don't know if I had that job. I couldn't hold that job, man. You would have to put in your head that, look, I'm going to do the right thing. It's a hard job to have, I gotta say, bro, because we give them hell. And it's a very tempting job because they see how dudes is moving. They know what dudes is doing. And they're like, man, they getting bread. Some of these CEOs are sitting there during their tour and probably got $20 in their account because they from the hood. We know that a lot of them are smoking crack, doing heroin, doing all types of things. This is, everybody knows this, the world, right? Like we also know lawyers. We also know judges, everybody that was indulging in life at one point or another. Look, not everybody does it, but a lot was playing around with all that. You know what I'm saying? So this is on the Lockout. This is like the Rikers Island report / war report, right? So, I would just like to hear from you guys and what you think is gonna happen with these people. Cause there's a lot of them. Look, check it out. This guy here, I'm gonna show you right now. This guy right here, just bear with me 1 second, right? This guy right here, you're not gonna believe it. I mean, you guys know about this dude already. This guy's been around for quite a while. This guy here is the worst, bro. And I don't mean to like, listen, I have no pity for them, to be honest with you, bro. I don't wish jail on nobody, but when a CO gets arrested, I have no pity for him, right? Because you was enforcing the law hard on us. You was smacking Thundercats. Boom! Finish him. Out of a lot of inmates, right? That are my peers, that are our peers, because we've been there, right? That are our brothers that we love, that we think about every day. For those that have been incarcerated, for those that have been in the box. You know the time that it is to eat. You know the time that it is to walk out for rec. You know what time they letting dudes take showers, more or less. You know who's coming in on what tour and what CO is going to be a jerk and which one is going to be, oh, he's cool, he's all right. So when I'm here and me, myself, Warpath, I'm in the house, whatever I'm doing, whether I'm doing content, where I'm like, oh, snap, dudes is eating right now. God bless them, right? Because from time to time, we got to think about that because that's where we spend a lot of our years out of our life at, you know? But this guy right here, bro, he goes and he writes a book, The Whistleblower, right? And he's blown up. Now look, he think he gangster right now, right? Like if that was cool, right? And a lot of these CEOs, I remember seeing them in my face, searching me, right? At times even finding stuff. And I'm like, wow, man, it's crazy how all these CEOs got knocked from when we was there in the 90s. It took quite a while. And I was there in the 2000s too, but mainly they was doing, listen, this has been going on, the corruption for decades. And it's dumb today, tomorrow will be somebody else. It doesn't end. It's like the war on drugs, the war on gangs, the war on anything. You could take this group of people away by the thousands. And there's always somebody that was watching them the whole time, admiring them to take their place, to replace them. And the cycle continues, and it's a never ending battle. So, with that being said, the book, somebody asked me the other day, did you read the book, bro? Listen, I would never read this dude's book. You know what I mean? That's not what I do. I can't say, like I'll be props to him, he wrote a book, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, because it's like F to me, But then again, he's still a CEO in my head. He just flipped or whatever his story was. I don't even care. I remember seeing it like twice, and it was just very disgusting. That's how I felt about the story, and how sometimes people get knocked and they take the whole crew down with them, right? And think it's okay, but that's how people get down, right? So they get caught, and another guy gets caught. The list goes on. I could keep putting millions of them up here on blast for you, right? If you want to call it that. At the end of the day, we have correction officers also that watch the tube, that watch all streaming platforms and content. And in my comment sections and on my lives, I've seen CEOs come on and be like, I'm a correction officer, yo, keep up the good work. And that's all fine and dandy, but it's very few, And if you're watching and you are a correction officer, right? Maybe you want to reevaluate what you're doing or what you think that you want to do in life. And if you are doing anything with any of these guys, maybe a long time ago was the time to fall back. Because look at these dudes. Look at this dude. You don't think he's gonna tell? Bro? You know what I mean? He's already looking that way at you, bro. Like, it was him. Listen, never we love everybody with problems in life. We just having a little humor with it, but Duke is telling without knowing he's telling. They're like, yo, who is it? Yo, why you keep looking that way, bro? Yo, come here. It must be you he's talking about. But listen, you gotta oh shit, yeah, this is on the lockout, man. The war report, Rikers Island report. These reports we have always done them. We've always did the Rikers Island report, war reports. It's nothing new. We always talk about Rikers Island news. Today it just happens to be them. This happened a few days ago, actually, with the CEOs, right? This wasn't like yesterday, so I'm not trying to act like I'm reporting news that happened yesterday, but one thing is for sure and two things is for certain is that you got to be mindful, bro, when you get a job. I don't know if it's a good job. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Leave it in the comments. Do you think it's a good job? I don't know if it's a good job anymore to be a correction officer. Do you think it's a good job to be a correction officer nowadays? I don't really think so. I think that their time came and went for that job. I think there's so many high-paying things nowadays that one can do that's not even in people's minds anymore. Like, who wakes up in the morning and says, "Yeah, I think I want to be a correction officer"? I don't know. I don't really recall that happening anymore. Do you? I mean, leave it in the comments if you do. I don't recall people like, all right, this is what I want to do. I want to become a correction officer, and I'm gonna put forth the effort and all my will and power into becoming a correction officer and working in Rikers Island. And shout out to my family member. I have family members that are correction officers, and they work in the tombs. They work in all types of places, bro. And these are the type of people that you looked at, and I knew you was gonna be the correction officer or something. Like, and shout out to listen. This is a true story, bro. Hood. I know a hood dude that was around this Brooklyn, Bay Ridge, Sunset Park, running around wilding. He's like a captain or lieutenant or something, a white shirt at Rikers Island. And I'm like, nah, bro. Yeah, and we was talking about it not too long ago in Brooklyn, and it's like, Chip, how and shout out to Chip, man. That's not what they call him, the correction officers. So I don't know. He got to be crazy to tell him to call him Chip. But these are dudes that was wilding in my hood, like they were known. You know what I mean? Like when I was growing up, a lot of dudes, they could front all they want, but they was looking up to these dudes, and not only him, a few dudes that were in the hood with us, like out there, hard body, became correction officers. And I'm like, bro, how you get that job? So I looked at it like anybody could get that job. And now, with everything that I'm seeing going on, it's like, wow, bro, that's Rikers Island for you, bro. It's lit, you heard? Rikers Island is a hell of a place, bro. You would never be the same once you touch Rikers Island. I can assure you that. That if you thought you had problems in your mind before you went to the island, welcome. You really have super problems. But sometimes for those that were just being calm, it can happen there too. Because there's two type of people in this world, right? That get to the island. There's those that are gonna go to the island and they're gonna do what the island do. You feel me? They're gonna go to the island. They're gonna get in with the rhythm. What up? What's popping? Right? The whole thing, the whole shebang. And then there's those that's gonna be like, what's up? Like you're quiet. And it's cool. It's cool that if that's your flow, then that's your flow. And that could be stressful too. Super stressful. Because if you're not mingling with what's going on, your time could like stop and go super slow. But then if you get in the flow of things, your heart could stop. You know what I mean? Like your whole life. Like there was times that I was in the island and I gotta be honest, and I was like, look, I'm gonna die here. This is what my life is gonna be. A dude that comes in and out of jail, head swelled with everybody like, yo, Warpath, what up, yo, guerra, right? So it's like this image you gotta put, right? And you gotta keep it high. You gotta be on go all the time. Because your name, you want it to be well known. So you focus on the house that you're in so much that you start feeling like shit actually belongs to you. I'm going to say that again. You focus so much on the house that you're in that you start feeling like shit actually belongs to you. Like the TV's yours. Them phones are mine. Like I thought the phone was really mine. Like, like that's me. At the end of the day, man, it is what it is, and it is facts. Why people used to say, like, bro, that's state property. When Giuliani was, that's Giuliani's phone. You feel me? But we take ownership of things, right? And if this for my peoples. I remember when going to the island, it was either you was king or you was blood. It was a blood and a king phone. I was there on the island also where there was no blood phone because there was no bloods. It was a king phone, a Nieta phone, or a Muslim phone. Facts. If there was three phones, and it was rare because one of them things was always broken, right? Right. Leave in the comments if you remember that. If you ever been in a spot where there was three phones and one was always broken, people always beefing, and what the fights are about? The phones are broken, so they trying to get on, right? Like there's not enough time for everybody to get on, and it's the same people getting on, But it's crazy how we kill each other over the phones, man. I've done it, so I'm guilty of that too. And if I was to go to the island today, God forbid, right? Uh, uh, I don't think nothing would change. I would have to do the same thing because the mentality in there is like, right? You gotta eat or you get eaten. So, um, from the gate, I was the type of dude that if I went in a house, and this is not showing off, man, and not glorifying. This is just facts, and I say these things in hopes that you don't try to do what we've done because a lot of people have died and got murdered behind these things, like murked, like literally, right? So you never want to do these things because it might not turn out well for you as it did for the other person, right? Uh, so I don't advise that you try this when you get there. But if that's who you really are and you about that, then by all means do what you gotta do, right? But I used to go in houses and feel like there's no king phone in here, and I would flip. Like you're bugging. Like I got something gotta pop then. So I'll put somebody in the infirmary. Normally the ops, which at that time was the bloods. So it's like boop, he's off to the infirmary, right? Because those incidents do happen, people was putting work on them, they was putting work on the other people, right? It's just part of what it is, what it was. um the same way a lot of them lived with us and we got along. You can tell by my stories. When the war was over, right, during the war, it was very sad, and everybody was in all different buildings, and I hear some people tell me war, but you don't know that dude, so he wasn't making noise like that. Listen, people need to stop asking that because it doesn't really go like that. I'm a firm believer that is it impossible that I don't care how much you was popping, you didn't know everybody that was busting their gun. You probably knew a few, and you knew the ones that was busting like super hard, but there was dudes putting on a lot of work that I never even heard of. And he was in another building or running around the building. I never heard him. And you know what? Probably I heard him. And I always tell people, look, I'm not good with names, man. A dude's name didn't never concerned me. I used to go as I meet you, like right here and then. And we off that story, right? The officers got locked up. Shit happens. Keep it moving. Now this is wartime. All right. Oh, you want me to leave for the next video? So anyway, listen. My whole thing is like things happen, right? And it was a war going on, and people did what they had to do to survive. What I find very sad, and it's not everybody, it's some people, like we tell a story, we also gotta let it be known, and people, you do what you want. I'm just saying my opinion on sometimes when I see it, I could do that. That's what we have these platforms for. I see it as like, okay, wow, you said that kind of hard, right? And I don't I don't know if the right word is rebuttal, but like when I say something, like I put in something happened, an incident, one of my friends cut somebody while I was there, whatever the case may be, and I'm telling a story, I always end it with a little message or say, you know what, but today we don't beef like that. Everything is good, right? Because I don't leave that window open for the things to get carried out to the street today. Because a lot of times, a lot of people don't see that this content and these videos that people are making can actually today, in time that we in, start an all-out war with people that are relaxed, with lions that are tamed, that are chilling, but are still lions. You understand? With people that are monster cannibal, but are laid back. And every people, I'm talking about black, white, purple, Asian, whatever, right? So I always try to give a good message or a little simple message to say, You know why? Love all people. And today, that's not the way we live. Although things still happen on the island from time to time, it's never like it used to be, right? And it was a crazy time. I was there a lot of the times, and a lot of the dudes I heard of some people, of course, they've been around on social media because a lot of people now are popping up out of nowhere, making content from prison and all that, and it's cool. I always like to see people win, but I don't like to see people down other people in order to come up. Yeah, that's the right thing. Right, right, right. So, and if that's what you do, and you look, and if it don't apply, let it fly, right? We never singling out just one person or one group of people. We just say what we feel, right? And I've seen a lot of people do that, mention people for views, right? And then when they see it goes well, the next interview or video they make, they not getting enough views anymore, then they're like, all right, let me go back to what got me them views. Let me mention this again. And I just find that sad. Like, that means you're running out of things to say and you searching, and there's a lot of things you could do online besides just talk about a gang and a fight that you had. That's it. I do it from time to time. I did it now. But I also try to do other things. I also got 4 other channels with this one, 5. I do tech. I do cultura de oro, golden culture, like a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that you could do. But I'm here for those that are real. And if anyone needs help opening up a channel or some advice or what to do, right? Because sometimes we think it's all about just posting a video. Then one thing is for sure and 2 things is for certain. You can always contact Warpath. Those that know me will tell you that I will help you. I've done it with plenty of people. Those people that want it was seeking help and I didn't get a chance to get to them and you got upset and stopped talking to me or following me because things get busy over here on this side too, bro. I work alone. I don't work with a team. I like working alone. You know what I mean? Because I don't want anybody to feel like we owe them anything over here. But still in all, when you get a few hundred subscribers, right? Because it's not about subscribers, it's not about views, it's about what? Right. Watch time. Nobody cares how many subscribers you got, how many views you got. That looks cute for the people that don't know no better. But just because a person has 1,000,000 views, people getting on and right off like, oh, what the hell is this? So you want to work on your watch time, your content. What type of content is going to keep people watching? Not a view. A view anybody could get. It's a second view. On and off. It still counts as a view. They didn't watch your content. So I don't say it in a hating mood. I say it in a motivational mood. Understand where I'm getting at. Yeah. Make content that the people want to watch. Let's not try to make content that the people want to ban. That's where I'm getting at, right? Because, again, if they really wanted to, a lot of us can be shut down. It's just point blank. We're not doing, you're not analyzing what you're saying in the correct manner. You're just spitting because you think that's what the people want to hear. And we all guilty of it, right? But to know the rules and regulations is to know the rules and regulations of YouTube. And even when I watch my content, I'll be like, he messed up. I messed up. Things like that, right? I like to learn and study what's going on. And yeah, at this point, I'm just talking because I got a set of lips. But at the same time, if you listen, I'm saying something. And it's in the fine print always. You got to read the rules and regs of YouTube. Because then we can't cry when you shut down. Because they told you. And remember, YouTube is a site where you come on for free. So it's a privilege that could be taken away at any given moment, right? So with that being said, man, not everybody has a message, and my message today is that we got to focus on becoming better people and just watch what we do in life because it comes back full circle. Boop. Just the same way it came back to them COs, right? They were living a double life and definitely a double life, right? If you look at the whole situation. and they were riding with the hood, right? A lot of these CEOs are hood. And is it worth it for you to be there for your hood? Is it worth it for a few dollars to lose your career, to lose at times your family? A lot of these guys and girls, they lose their job and their career and they don't have nothing. And financial situations break up relationships and destroy families like within a matter of days, man. Because the bickering starts, the fighting starts, this bill, that bill, right? And nothing is getting done. So a lot of people broke up behind those things because they no longer could afford to be in a relationship, right? They no longer could afford to have a woman around because they can't pay the bills, they can't pay the mortgage, the car, and that brings about your girl may be leaving you if she was a gold digger. You feel me? Um, and it's sad. And for the people that are left behind on Rikers Island, a lot of these dudes got new charges. And of course, the people that this happened to, you could talk till they turn green and they don't care. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear positive stuff when it's about them, when you're telling them to chill. But I know when left alone to their own devices, they're like, damn, man, play myself. Where did I go wrong with that? Because when we think we getting away with something, we really not. They got everything locked down. You in a jail. You could get away with it for so long. So I hope that they enjoyed it because I'm for the people. You feel me? Like I hope, and I'm pretty sure they did, man. Listen, I got pics of the pounds, all that they had, and I was gonna post it on here so you guys could see it. And I have it ready to hit a button there so you can see the bud. But I don't know because as I'm thinking, I'm like, are you allowed? Like I'm thinking, like I seen people's page get. It depends who you are, facts, and how people take your video and report it. I seen some guys just posting bud before and their channel got shut down, facts. And then I see dudes just smoking. But I guess if you're blowing it, people don't know what's in it, so I guess they don't really get on you for that, and they get on you if you just like showing the brand of it. I don't know. So that's something I would have to look into. But I don't smoke bud anyway, so I don't. I drink coffee and smoke cigarettes, so that's the only thing I worry about, and I don't see them doing nothing about that. And I never smoke like right here because I don't smoke indoors. So check it out though. What you think? Leave in the comments. Do you think those COs get special treatment because they COs once they get arrested? Or do you think they treat it like everyone else? That's the question of the day. Do you think they get treated like everyone else? Or do you think that they have an easy pass? Like, in other words, they basically could do what they want, right? I was on the island. As a matter of fact, I was in C95 and they called medication. Who remembers this? Leave in the comments if you remember this. And we walking and they're like, everybody on the wall, everybody put your hands up on the wall. Ah! They came like the turtles running, right? We like, oh, we snap, but they only let a few of us down. It wasn't even for us. They were like, no, 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 you guys. That was crazy. They put the COs, boom, 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 on the wall. Everybody take it back to your house. Ah, crazy. They rolled up on them right in the hallway. Dudes had when you let me put this out. Hold on, I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna demonstrate it for ya. Yeah, this is faxy. This is facts. I just remembered that because my brain is super fried. So I just remember that. So you know how when you put things like right here and you put in things and you put tape and all that, like you're trying to get through an airport or something, right? So they had it strapped on. Damn, I got a 6-pack still, bro. Oh, he's a 6-pack of beer. Nah, listen. And they had it right here. They had strapped with tape, and they had pouches. The pouches are top, $2 top, but it used to cost in the street. But in there, I used to get the pouches, and we used to sell the pouches for $100 or $150. I used to catch dudes for more than that when I was in 16 upper. I was in lower and upper. Yeah, high classification supposed to be in C95. Yeah, 16. That's where actually Cole Mega was with me in 16. Facts. Cole Mega, the rapper. Somebody commented and said, yo, I don't think it was the real Cole Mega you was with. There's this other guy named Mega. Maybe you're confusing them. Shout out to you, bro. I forgot your name, bro. Yeah, I don't confuse nobody in my stories, bro. My stories are not amplified or gassed up, or I add little different men in them. So, no, bro. It was called Mega the Rapper, bro. After that, we spoke again. Recently, I spoke. He said, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all types of things. Although he, that's his business, but everybody knows he don't believe in those holidays. But he still took. He said, "Yo, you my man." Still took. That was touching. You know what I'm saying? Uh, to me, even just with a text, a DM. It was on DM. But shout out to Cole Mega, man. Good dude. One thing about Cole Mega, he was a good dude. So yeah, that's what I do here, man. If I tell a story, sometimes I feel this way, right? And what I do is, if I get over the news, whatever, I wanted to do that like more official, but I didn't have enough time. Like I don't mean official, I mean like break it down a little more, right? But I was like, look, I'm making this content. I want to do it for them. I want to post something for them. It's not just about posting anything, but I actually wanted to get to this part. The part where I just be me. All right, we got over that what up now, right? So, and this is what happens. And we just have conversation. And I feel like if you guys are watching me right now, like if I'm live, right? Because you know that I don't I could just go live, but you know that I don't save my videos. I don't make a video today and like to post it tomorrow. So as soon as this is done right now, I post it, download it, post it, and all, and it makes me feel good. If I save a video and for some reason it didn't get posted, I delete it. I don't care how good the content is. Dudes be like, yo, you're crazy. Nah, bro, that's gone. That's old. Anyway, I love you guys. This is on the lockout, man. I'm gonna stop talking and let you guys comment and tell me what you think about the COs, man. Do you think they get special treatment because they COs, or do you think they about to go through it, or what? Uh, I don't even know. I think they got a special place where they put them at, right? A special jail where COs go to. Do they? Leave in the comments if you know anything about that. Yeah, I'm sure that they do. They super PC them up. Like they definitely take care of them dudes. Like there was another dude that I was gonna post right here. As this dude, another dude, he got locked up for some sex scandal on Rikers Island. Of course, correction officer, right? It's not gonna be just any Joe Blow dude, right? So check him out. These dudes are crazy, bro. I don't understand how dudes just go around doing crazy. So that's your guy right there. I don't know. I doubt I put him on the other one before. Before when I was showing them, I don't think I showed them, but this is I think his 2015. It don't matter. What I'm saying is some of these cases are not recent of the people that I'm showing. And I had more, but it gave me a hard time with the download. And it's a lot. The list goes on. And you know what I think about it every time that our people get caught and doing something grimy like that in the island? I'm for the people, for the inmate, for the poor person, for the hood, the gutter, the slums, right? It's so much that people that I know get angry when I say, yo, I'm a street dude. You feel me? I'm from the street. They be like, yo, you're not from the street. Stop saying that around my, whatever, right? And I don't think that they know what I mean. I think you have to be there. You have to experience what went on in my life in order to understand what I mean, and how still it may seem sad or crazy to someone, how I have like this pride still when I say I'm from the streets, I'm from the hood, I came from the gutter, the slums, where argument can lead to the guns. Nigga, believe me, nothing like what you see on your TV. Rest in peace to my nigga. If you could tell me who's that, you the man. Rest in peace to my guy. But if you could tell me what rapper was that was a very good friend of mine in the streets and I got locked up with him, you're the man. Listen to the little bar again. So anyway, yeah. It's like you have this pride with you. I don't know, like I'm prideful of that. And I don't know if it's not proud of it, but it's like, I guess like, yeah, those are my people. It's like the same thing when somebody asks me, yo, what? Uh, you was down with so and so for a lot of years, right? You was going hard banging, I heard. And I could be 1,000 years old. And it's like this prideful thing. And when I see them do something good that to elevate themselves, I'm like, yeah, that's my people, right? So I don't know if you understand that. I don't know. I don't think you have to go through that, right? But I'm pretty sure that you can compare. Like, all right, I mean, he means like I'm prideful about this, right? Nah, I think you have to be there. Yeah, you have. I think you really have to like go through it. You can hear all the stories, but it won't. It won't. I mean, the feeling is never gonna be the same. But I do care very much about what happens to my people in the hood. I care a lot, man. At times I even suffer because I'm a thinker, and I know dudes that are homeless right now as we speaking, and it bothers me that I go to bed at night somewhere in a bed, and I know that these dudes are outside in the streets, right? And of course, they wild dudes. They are snake up boys still. They wild, and we all know they could get their own bread, get a room, all that. But I know that they doing these things in order to obtain bread, and it's a lifestyle and it keeps going and it don't stop. And sometimes it's too late and you get popped, or somebody's that soft they fold and call the cops, and you no longer around. You feel me? It's like that, man. It's like that. I've stuck up dudes. They were drug dealers. They call the cops. So you gotta be careful what you're doing. Like the streets is for no one. That I could say. And it always leads to, I was talking to someone that I know that lives on my block, and he said, yo, you know what's sad? That the other day I went to the store and I ran into these dudes and they my homies. And he was like, "Oh, you think you tough because you like a OG?" And like the dude was pressing him, and had a bottle, and he's like, "Yo," and it looked like he wanted to hit me with the bottle, and I was like, "Yo, listen, if you touch me with that bottle, bro, you really it's gonna really go down." And mind you, this is a dude that grew up quick, this blood kid, right? Because he's from my block. And I kind of like raised him, seen him grow up, like where he got into fights, and I broke the other kid up, ping, pong, boom, and he always remembers me, that tells me like, yo, boy, you remember the time? Because he came to me and was like, yo, this dude's a peeping Tom. He's going from backyard to backyard watching the females while they taking shit hours and all that. And I was like, nah, bro. And he was like, yeah, bro, that's why him and his girl be fighting about a lot. So the guy had like a disease, a problem, right? So I was there to help him, to accommodate him and see, what type of resources I could use that could help him out with his disability. And I figured out that it was a 1-2 combination. And I gave it to him, and he started to feel a little better right away. But he felt so much better. Then he caught energy. He put me in the headlock. I'm always getting put in the headlock. Why is that? Why does my head stick out that big? I know I got a big potato head, but he put me in the headlock. I told the story about me and Dizzy when we was in HDM together in 1B. And I walked to the mess hall. I punched the other blood dude in the face. And he puts me in the headlock to a point where at that time Dizzy, me, uh, King Lazaro, King Oreo, all of us were down there in 1B together, a bunch of Bloods and Kings together. Dizzy was CMC, he was in the back. So but he was next to my cell because I had the last cell. You know what I'm saying? And we that's when we would always talk. So we got so cool. They went to the mess when homeboy was like, yo, I can't believe you sticking up for this dude. Whatever. He didn't say dude. He said like a cheeseburger, right? So I snuffed him again. Boop. And people were like, what's his name? I don't want to say his name because he's out. He has to, I don't do those. I wasn't even gonna tell the story. It's just people that was there keep asking me about it, and it comes to my mind. But it was cool. But I didn't know the whole time he put me in a headlock. And I said this before. He was looking for his razor to rip me. He was reaching to take it out. Whoop. So he was holding me in the headlock and reaching in his trunk to get it out. And I'm just there like, yo, bro, tell this dude to let me go from the headlock, bro. Because I was trying to slip out. Because I usually just be like, boop. You know what I'm saying? Like as soon as you slip out, or I come up off my shirt or sweater, whatever, like, bang, and get the last one, right? But I wasn't slipping out of that one, bro. He knew how to headlock you. Facts. So it's so much that, you know, when you're trying to pull and you feel your neck like, I said, I'm going to break my neck, B. So I stopped. But he let me go when Dizzy spit some codes or whatever. And then as soon as he let me go, I said, bah, anyway. And he was like, you see? It was crazy. But anyway, leave in the comments, bro. I get lost there. I go on a trip. I feel like I'm actually there. But leave in the comments how you feel about all that and where you think them CEOs are going. Like if they're going to be in PC, right? Like I know, but I just want to, you know, interact, answer back the comments. You know how we do. Family thing. I answer back all comments. You know that. Like, dislike, share. Tell somebody you love them today because they might not be here tomorrow. That is a fact. So with that being said, my name is Warpath. This is on the Lockout. And if nobody told you they love you today, I love you. Facts. Lockout gang.